All right, we're back. It's been a while, but as I said on the story when I promoted it yesterday, only the best guest, I think, for you guys. We're here at Ron Bosch Cricket Club, so thanks to them for letting us use the facilities. Marvellous Tuesday morning, sun's out. There is a beautiful view of the mountain in front of us, which you obviously can't see, but the facilities are good too. I'm lucky enough joined by Tony Zorzi. As I said, I was supposed to do him a while ago, but I was doing it on Zoom, and I think this is much better, to be very honest with you, much better. So, Tony, thanks so much for coming. Before we get into our chat and all of that, how's the weekend? You watch the box?
Yes, I did. I was with my mom. We were having pizza at home, watching it. So it was an amazing game. Curtly is unbelievable. Dude.
On fire.
As a small guy, I shouldn't say that, but he's explosive. Like, how do you get through all these guys? I love watching him. He's unbelievable.
That one try we got through those three guys.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I wasn't backing him at all. I don't lie, like, because you can see he's against the line, and there's three guys. And I'm like, okay, this is going on.
I'm a betting man, and I wouldn't put my money on it. And Drickers?
Yeah, look, I don't follow all the guys. I follow all the guys that I follow on Instagram. So I like Damien, Moni Lebok, all those kind of guys. But Drick is unbelievable as well.
Yeah. No, nice. So you've just come off a lovely, I guess, tour in Sri Lanka. I've been on one or two rugby tours in my life. And I know you social well. Is it similar on cricket tour? Or is it a bit more sort of serious and down-to-earth type of thing?
I think it starts off quite serious, especially when you're away for long. It starts off serious and everyone's like, in like hectic routines. And then eventually you're just like, okay, let's just relax and chill, have a beer at the pool or go out, try find like dinner spots in Sri Lanka, which is always exciting. So I think it starts off quite serious and then eventually guys just chill out once they get to know each other.
And favorite place to tour?
We once had a tour to the Seychelles. So, it was a cricket tour. So I would say that was unbelievable. But I think Sri Lanka is a cool place because people still love the game, love cricket. So it feels like you're going to India, but it's probably not as hectic or intense. And it's like the cool culture, lots of things to do. We once went to golf for Red Bull, and that was stunning. Like, that's probably one of my favorite places I've gone.
Yeah. What's it like in India?
India's busy, man. Like, I was only in Mumbai for about 10 days for like a spin camp thing, and we weren't even playing games, but it's hectic. Traffic is busy. I can imagine the guys who go to the IPL struggle with that, but it's probably the best place you want to play because you feel like a demigod there. People love cricket. Yeah, obviously there's cash. I don't want to bring that up, but yes.
I can imagine India must be, because sort of the guys here in South Africa, they're well known, but I guess when they go to India, it's a completely different level. And or like you say, like a god there.
Yeah.
Which is insane. Must be quite an interesting thing to adjust to. When you come to South Africa, you sort of live a normal life.
Yeah.
And then you go there and...
I think there's pros and cons, but you always hear this, I don't know the guys, but you always hear the big Indian players struggle with the fact that they can't live a normal life. Like, they can't just go to the shops with their wife or something like that because they just get mobbed. So I reckon, it's nice to be known, but I think the fact that, like you said, we can do whatever you want here, and I've been noticed by a few people. I'm not big, so you can still do whatever you want. I think that's probably gold, I reckon.
Yeah. Have you ever have any interesting experiences with fans of that?
Yeah, actually, recently, bro, there was a guy in...
I love this. I love these stories.
Dude, there was a guy in Durban. We were there now, and then there's a few of us, and we were out having a few drinks and stuff at the bar, and then he comes and says, like, what's up, how's it? I'm a big fan, and you chill, chat. Like, I'm quite chilled when I meet guys. We'll have a normal conversation. But then, like, this bro wasn't leaving, bro. He was just
sticking around.
He was just, like, chilling with me now. And I'm, like, standing next to me, and then, for, like, a good half an hour, 45 minutes.
No, that long.
Dude, he was just, I reckon he just thought we besties now. And I was like...
just there, like...
Yeah, he was just literally like that. Just chilling with me. I was just like... Okay, bro, like, I don't really know you that well.
Go on.
It's enough now. So that was, and then, I don't know, the conversation was just awkward, but I haven't had any hectic ones, no.
Nothing crazy?
No, nothing crazy.
I can imagine that, they stick around a little bit too long.
Yeah, just like lingering.
Read the room a bit, Like, come on, what's wrong with you? Are you watching a bit of the Ashes? Oh, that's actually sort of, I've jumped the gun here. The question is, as a cricketer yourself, do you watch other cricket? As I know, I've spoken to quite a few guys involved in rugby, and they go like,
Not really.
watching rugby when I'm not doing analysis or that. So you watch it?
Yeah, I'm watching the Ashes, but I've been watching it in stints. I mean, obviously you've had training and stuff.
Yeah.
I think everyone's watching it because there's like a lot of hype at the moment, so it's quite cool. I'm enjoying that whole theatre they've created around it. So yeah, I am watching. In general, I wouldn't say I watch too much. Like I'll watch big games, or I'll watch if certain players are playing, like certain batters and stuff. Then I'll watch. Like I don't think you can watch every game of the IPL or like the game of the Big Bash. That's a bit mad.
Who are the batters you watching?
I like watching Baba. I mean, obviously everyone likes watching Virat.
Beautiful.
Khawaja I love watching because
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
different. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, a few guys. I think Brook. I enjoy when Brook's playing in the IPL, and then obviously the South African guys like in the IPL. If they're playing like Aiden, Marco, people that you know or friends with, then I'll watch. Yeah.
And I wanted to ask, I think it was Matthew Hayden when that whole thing happened, and he called Ollie Robinson a forgettable cricketer. Did you see that?
Yes, and he said he's bowling nude nuts.
Bro, if someone said that about you, then personally, I'd be gutted. I'd probably send him a message
Like, what did you say?
It's boxed. You know, one of those. If someone said that about you, are you gutted or what's the really?
I don't know. I think I'd be gutted because I'm a batter, so now if Hayden was saying that means, you know, he's taken time out of his day to watch me.
Yeah.
And then his conclusion was that this guy's a forgettable batter. Like, so I think it would hurt. Like, if a bowler said that, like
That's what it is.
bowlers are crazy anyway. So
Yeah, fair enough.
But like, if a good batter, like I don't know, you on comms and then sang a car is like, oof, he's a forgettable cricketer.
Yeah. And it was like, ooh.
Yeah,
Like shame.
yeah, like,
He's trying.
yeah, that's what I'm
That's
saying.
worse.
That's worse.
That's way worse. Bro, so the reason I actually thought it'd be quite a cool chat and to have you on was that you've had quite an interesting journey. First of all, you're quite a character. I follow you on Instagram and I've seen that you're quite a character, which I like, and I like the express yourself, and I'm so for that. But you've had sort of an interesting journey. So you play I always say SA schools, but it's under 19.
Yeah.
I'm in rugby mode. It's under 19, and then you go back to club cricket, and then it's sort of 6 years on at 25 and make a test debut. Which actually it sounds like a long time, but 25 is young in the greater scheme of things. You can still probably have a 12-year international career. So that's why I thought it'd be awesome to get you on. And I wanted to ask, so that journey, if you could sum it up in like 1 or 2, 3 sentences. So I know it'd be tough, but just sort of a brief synopsis or how you summarize it.
I'd say in that journey you become hardened. You become very hardened because, like you said, it's up and down. So you start at under 19, which is like a pinnacle. That's the highest you can achieve. You go to a World Cup, you do disgustingly, and then you come back down. You got to start again. So you become hardened because obviously you're not like a superstar straight out of school. I'd say like you really develop, I reckon, like a self-trust in that journey, because
Sure, that's cool.
at that time, especially when you struggle, you sieve through all the cuck or whatever, the guys or people that supposedly had your back, maybe they don't. And you, like with those ups and downs, I think you develop a real backing or self-trust. Like, this is the person you want to be. These are the things you're going to do to try to get there. And I think that happens quicker for some guys, and maybe that's why they get to the top quicker. Because ultimately, I think you've got to trust yourself unbelievably if you're going to play the highest level of any sport. So I think maybe that's why it's only happened now, is because it took me a while to develop that.
And do you think that's benefited you? Those 2 traits that you've had to grow over these 6 years? Or
Yeah, I think so. I think someone asked me, like, if you made your debut at like 21, let's say, then I think to myself, geez, at 21, if I was playing South Africa, that journey wouldn't have lasted very long.
Okay.
I think, like, I'd still say I'm a bit wild or crazy or whatever, and like different, but then I still was finding out myself. What do you call it? Like teen puberty. So I think I was still thinking. So I think everything's happened when it's supposed to. I have to believe that.
It's interesting that you say that because the last podcast it was Kate Volater, and he said the exact same thing. When he had that injury or whatever, and the Sevens coach Sticks said to him, "Bro, like you get selected to play for the against the All Blacks on Saturday at 19 years old. How'd you feel?" He said the exact same thing. He's like, you put yourself, when you put it like that, you're like, oh, I'm nowhere near already.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. It's interesting that you say that. And I wanted to pick up on something you said now, which was, some guys that maybe had your back or didn't. Or is that players-wise, selectors, coaches, or is it?
It's just like a blanket statement, man. I mean, like, obviously, if you're trying to achieve a dream, or like even you with like this podcast, there's going to be people that say, you can do it or whatever, and it might not necessarily be your coach or your dad or whatever. But then they'll try to hop on the ride at the end once you've got to where you want to get to. So I think no, it wasn't really directed at anyone in like cricket specifics. It's more like people that you maybe trusted or leaned on, or like mentors and stuff. And then obviously it wasn't really the case.
And I also think when your dreams are so sort of, or your aspirations, not even dreams, your aspirations are so, like to want to play for the Proteas is not it's a common dream, but not a lot of people do it. So I think when they become massive, these dreams, aspirations, guys also will sort of fall off. So I think But so then you mentioned now about the World Cup, the Under-19 World Cup. You guys who did terribly. What? I mean, it's a couple of years ago now, a few years ago now. What are your brief thoughts about that? Now we've been able to reflect.
Well, I think it was like my first taste of proper, can I say, like failure in the eyes of other people.
Okay.
So, I mean, at school, like, or Coke Week or whatever, like, the amount of people that are really watching and seeing your ups and downs or whatever are quite small. And your judgments are quite small. And then obviously that was like the first time where you're doing it on a bigger stage. You do well, you see the serious highs, and then when you fail or you lose or whatever, and especially as captain, then you see the lows from the outside and dealing with that. So I think that was my first real taste of it, and deciding, okay, is this something I want to go through? Because obviously at that time, like your social media, all those kind of things, people coming after you. So it was I had to make a decision, like, okay, is this something I really want to deal with or do for the rest of my life or in my career? And then like I was speaking to KV or Verena the other day, and I think like that under-19 team after that World Cup has become quite successful, like individually. I think that experience, and I don't want to say like woke guys up or like lit a firecracker, but a lot of the guys I bar two are playing professional cricket. There's like 4 or 5 international guys, and we the under-19 guys, a lot of guys make jokes about because we were that bad. But I think a lot of guys have done really well for themselves, because you're playing against big guys and you realize, okay, I'm not actually a big guy. I'm not. Step into the lift and it's Rahul Dravid and Rishabh Pant, who already was playing IPL. So you're like,
that's crazy, bro.
You to wake up,
That's crazy. I guess that must have been quite a humbling experience. But you chatted a little bit about your school days. I had a guy, Nick Ziller. He messaged me saying, you're probably the best schoolboy sportsman he's ever seen.
Zilla was a gunflower as well.
Did you play a bit?
Yes, yeah. So that's how I knew. That's how I knew Zilla. You played rugby. He was a good flower as well. So he just had a bad school, so it wasn't his fault. I played a few sports, but I always enjoyed like ball sports specifically.
Yeah, you play rugby.
Yeah.
Position? Can I guess?
Yeah, guess.
Flower.
Yeah, flower in 12.
12. I was gonna say my initial thoughts was 12.
Yeah, I played at Cairns, so I was at first team rugby. Mr. Spolas was my coach. I played a bit of provincials as well, so it was I enjoyed my rugby. That was my favorite time during school, actually.
Let's speak a little bit about kids. I've never met a bad kids boy, I'll be honest. They're all quite like, I mean, they're not Underwash boys, but they're good guys, they're all right. But sort of just how that's molded you, and
you're probably the first guy that says that. But I mean, okay, now, actually, usually like if there's, it sounds funny now, but like if you're speaking to like a group of people and there's like goals or something, and they say, "Oh, I went to Cares" or whatever, that's like a bad
red flag.
Red flag, right? But I really enjoyed my time at Cares, bro. Like I was a hostel boy, so I stayed from grade 8. I love that. That was some of my best memories. I still have some friends, a close group of friends from the guys that were in my dorm since grade 8. So, it's an amazing school. And I think the values and stuff that they instill within you, most of the guys carry throughout their life in some way or another. That's why you say like, Cares guy's not that bad. I mean, you're obviously going to find some rogue ones, but
it's like that at every school.
At every school, exactly. But I think in general, what do they say? We're a sports academy that does academics.
It's like the varsity cup boys. They're doing BA rugby.
Yes, yeah, BA rugby, literally.
And yeah, so let's sort of fast forward a bit. You do the Titans thing. You move to the Blitz, and you're welcome. Well, not welcome. It's been a while now, and then you make your Test debut. Bro, those for me always fascinate me. Like that would have been my dream. Probably up until I was about 15, when I realized actually I'm shit. That's when I was like, man, never scored 100 before. Yeah, still never. So you actually, after this, I want you to tell me some points as I score 100. But so that Test debut, bro, getting that baggy against the West Indies. Chat us through that whole thing, bro. That's fascinates me.
I think it like starts when you get the call from your coach or from Shukri, and then you're like buzzing.
Are you buzzing? Are you like?
I was at home. I was buzzing. I was playing music on my TV there, like Spotify. I had my shisha going. I was like, I'm a king.
But I would say no. I would have got out on the piss.
Yeah,
celebrating like.
I did. And then you join the squad, and now you're like, because unfortunately with the calendar, you don't get to play with or against a lot of the main Proteas guys. You know what I mean? Like KG, Timber, Dean. So you only see those guys for snippets. When I was at the Titans, there was a lot of Proteas guys, but even then they're in and out. So now you're like in the change room with these guys the whole time, and everyone's got their own like way of doing things in their own worlds, and you're like, do we greet? I don't even know. Okay, I'll just wait.
I was boys.
So it was interesting, bro. You get your kit, you see it there. It's got your initials on it. You get your cap, everything, and there's like these special moments. Obviously, then you have the ceremony, which I didn't know you had, with the capping ceremony, like candles and stuff, which was
really,
yeah, it was on. I didn't know that they would have posted it. I thought they were just giving it to me and my mom, but they posted myself and Gerald's capping thing for the West Indies.
Oh, beautiful!
It was amazing, but I even got tearful. Yeah, I did.
Emotional.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, so
tried not to though.
I'm not cool, dude. Come on, act tough.
Yeah.
Obviously, like there's those moments and you have those special moments, but I want to get the feeling of those moments. What does it feel like? Like, was your mom with you at the capping ceremony or at the?
No.
Not on the field, but
in the ceremony.
Yeah.
No. So I don't know if that'll change or something, but no, they don't usually do that. It was just Kriya, who I'd been with at Tux. After that World Cup, I had obviously the Under-19 World Cup. He still called me. A lot of the offers dried up, and he was like, "No, I still believe that this is a place for you, whatever." And he, gave me a second chance. Can I say? So we became close in that regard. He was like my cricket father. Can you say that? And then, so for him to then, like I said, everything is in timing. Like after 6 years of that, he is now part of the coaching staff, and he's the guy giving me my cap. Was like a special moment.
Yeah.
And I reckon, symbolized everything that I'd gone through. Like when he was giving it to me, I thought of everything that I'd gone through, everything I'd given up, all the bad times, all the times you want to quit.
Yeah.
That like little minute speech, and then obviously the emotions come flooding, bro. And as much as you want to, well, I couldn't. I wanted to just play it cool, whatever. I couldn't because I never thought I was going to get there. So there's some times in your life where you think you make peace with that, you park that dream almost.
Yeah.
So
and how'd you park that dream?
Yeah, I'd not parked it to an extent where I was like, I don't know, signing Kolpak and going like that in that way, but it was more like I'm not really going to focus on that as much. I think it's more important for me to develop as a human being, give as much as I can to province, and then, if it happens, it happens. That was my kind of attitude or thingy towards it, because before it was like in the middle of my mind the whole time. Maybe that wasn't so positive. So like I said, you park it and then it happens and you're like, oh wow. Okay.
Comes. So did you, so you probably didn't have quite a lot of time to enjoy it or take it in. Like you said, it's a minute speech or whatever. When did it hit you that all this has happened? This is all now a reality.
To be honest, I'd say the speech, and then I'd say that when we walked out to do the national anthems with the KFC kids, because there's I don't know however many of them, and they're all just like looking at you, whatever.
How's that chat before? How's it?
Yeah, how's it? What's your name? They tell you their name and how old they are. And it is sweet,
That's
bro.
cool.
But the
They
thing
are
is, it's
really
more like you can't really have a conversation with a kid yet, but
Yeah,
it's more the way they're looking at you, and you
True.
can see
I
like
can imagine.
these kids are thinking, "Geez, I want to be here." Maybe not you specifically, but
Yeah.
next time they want to walk out here, they want to be playing for South Africa, which is cool that you have a little part of that.
Mm.
That's where I was like, wow.
And this is gonna sound strange and probably a bit big, but I don't think sportsmen realize the impact or the vast impact that they have on the youth. And there's a reason why, I never bought into like the whole sport unite until the Rugby World Cup, where I saw it all happen. You see it yourself, and I think sportsmen don't understand the vast impact that they have. Is it and it's not even a responsibility; it's a privilege. Have you identified that? Have you acknowledged that? Like, I have an impact here. Like, I can have an impact on someone, because I can imagine it's quite a hard thing to grasp.
Yeah, I think for me, I'd always that was one of my goals, if I can say that, was like, if I become a professional cricketer, like to inspire people in some way. And it wasn't like, I didn't see it on the magnitude of like, let's say someone like Sia, bro, who like everyone idolizes. I mean, I'm one of them, but more, just normal kids, but normal kids that maybe aren't the best at everything, maybe aren't, the star boys, but if they just stick on it, they could make something happen. And that, I think that goes to all fields. So I did kind of feel that privilege or whatever, like you say, but I never thought it would be on that magnitude. I thought it would always be a little bit smaller, maybe a bit more individualized or whatever, yeah.
And when you got that call from Shukri, I saw, obviously, been doing research, you said you called your mom.
Yeah.
Bro, chat me through that, because I can imagine, like, I just put myself in those shoes, and wow, like that, I would probably be a bit speechless at that feeling, just the feeling of it, being able to do that, have the privilege of saying, Mom, check here, like, I'm that guy. I'm that guy.
No, like with me, it was, I phoned my mom and it was a random, I don't know what day it was, a Tuesday or something, and so for her, she didn't know what's coming out, the squads and stuff. Like, she was just living. And so when I phoned her, she just thought I'm phoning to have like a normal conversation. So she's rambling, bro, like about her day and the clients, and like there's load shedding, and now I've got to get home before this, and the kettle.
The new specials that are out.
Yeah, and like she's rambling, bro. And I'm like, okay, let me just let her go on, because I don't want to ruin this. So I continue. I'm like, okay, Ma, look, I didn't phone you to have a normal chat. I phoned you to say I'm in the South Africa squad. So she's like, yeah, but I mean, what do you mean, Turks? I'm like, no, I'm in the South Africa squad for the test stuff with the West Indies. Shukri phoned me. What? Why didn't you just tell me earlier? I'm busy talking shit. So it was cool, man. And I could hear her starting to cry and stuff. I always dreamed that, like you said, like you'd be able to tell your parents that. So it was very special for me. Like, I think, like I said, it's all the stuff you give up, and people closest to you know what you've done or what you've gone through to get there. So there's very few people in the world, I reckon, that are like genuinely happy for another person. And I think your parents or your mom will always give you that feeling. And to feel that over the phone was like, yeah, nice.
I've never actually thought of it like that. There's actually very few people that are genuinely happy with your parents. That's massive, bro.
I mean, there'll be people outside your parents. I mean, I'm sure you get married. There'll be, I don't know, your coaches. There'll definitely be people that are genuinely happy for you, but it's not a massive group.
Yeah.
I mean, even in that thing, like I'm phoning to tell my mom, and the squad's gonna come out. There's still gonna be other people that are not happy for you. So to have that little moment where someone is genuinely like, to give their life for you is like very special.
And it's also sort of honoring them in their sacrifice.
Especially.
Bro, I can imagine. I mean, like my parents, I got 3 brothers. We're all different ages. So we've all, on a Saturday, there was a stage where all 3 of us were playing cricket on a Saturday. And my parents had to like pick and choose who's going to go where. Because we were at different venues, sometimes different schools.
Yeah.
So it was like, it was funny. It was like, okay, like, it's often like, get there, okay, no, Robbie's out. So there's like, you see your mom like arrive, and then 5 minutes later she's gone. That was funny, bro. And what was a step up like to international level?
I think it's probably like the intensity of it.
In what way though? Because intensity is
I mean, like the guys, and I mean everything. But the guys have more presence. I mean, Oak's obviously bigger.
that?
Yeah, dude. I mean, I'm standing a short leg, and then like I think I'm a decent sized guy, and then there's like Mayers is, and then there's
Sure.
Older, then there's Joseph, and so you can just feel guys have different presence and stuff like that. A lot more sure of themselves, and they know what they're doing. And then obviously the skill intensity, meaning not necessarily like they just bowl more magic balls, but they probably bowl less bad balls as a batter. And so and the intensity of it is being able to do it for longer. I mean, I saw a spell from Joseph, and I was part of the spell, and I'd gone out to the left arm spinner, but he was bowling. He bowled 8 overs at the Wonders on the trot, okay, and there was not one ball slower than 145, and he was bowling bounces every over.
No, I'm out.
So like for me,
I step on my wicket.
for me, like in franchise cricket, you are going to get guys that bowl quick, guys can bowl quick spells. I mean, that's going to happen. But I hadn't seen someone do that for 8 overs from one side and just grab the ball and just decide, okay, I'm bowling quick until we get wickets here for 8 overs. That's a long spell. Like that intensity, like that's what I was talking about. I mean, even KG did it in my debut, and I said a short leg, and I was like, okay, this is greatness, bro, because he literally just took the ball, and like he wasn't coming off until he got thingy out, and he just bowled and bowled and bowled, and there was no slow balls, there was no soft balls, there was just like, I was thinking, if I was batting here, this is a real
Deep ingrained. Yeah. Can you describe the feeling of facing 145, 150? Can you describe it?
I think you can. There's an element of like, I don't know, can you say like cucking yourself? There's definitely there. I mean, if anyone says, oh, batters are, I'm not scared. Like, there's an element of it because your body, they're lying, bro. I don't believe that shit.
I don't lie.
But I think it's like a split second of like fear, and then your body obviously knows you've trained this or whatever, and it goes into like fight or flight, if I can say that.
Yeah.
Then hopefully you're in the fight mode, not flight, and kind of want to run away. So. And I actually think when you're facing those really quick guys, like if you're facing like Alzori, who's rapid, whatever, there's almost like a high. There's almost like a high because like I said, your body knows that you could die. So you're preparing to thingy, but you also got to be skillful enough. So there's almost like this high, and you see it with guys. I mean, I remember when I was batting with Aiden, whatever, you can see when the guys just like elevate because it's said your body kind of well, that's how I think about it or felt.
That's kind of cool because I think everyone sort of, I guess, felt that feeling, but obviously not every ball.
Yeah.
So it's quite a cool way to think about it.
It's like those runners highs people talk about. I mean, I don't
never felt it.
Yeah,
never felt it. My legs are always just stiff, and I'm like, you know.
But yeah, I think it's similar to that feeling. I reckon.
That's cool. I like that. You've got something for show and tell for us, which I'm very excited about.
Okay, so my first one is my stump from my test debut.
No way.
So I asked Aiden if I could take it, and Temba asked him like, is it alright if I take it? So I wrote on it.
So
if
why?
I got runs, I would have written the runs on there, but I only got 30 in a duck, so I thought let's just keep it clean with the dates.
That's great, bro. That's cool. So why did you ask Aiden?
I think Aiden was the closest to me, and then Temba was walking off, and I asked Temba like, is it chilled if I take a stump or whatever?
Oh, okay. So it wasn't like Aiden's in charge of the stumps.
No.
Like,
I think Aiden was closest to me. I was like, Aiden, I can take a stump, and then he was like, yeah, I'm sure it's fine. And then obviously he just went to ask Temba because he's captain, and I was like, if I get in shit, then I can say the captain said.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's that one. And then this is my favorite book, bro.
Andre Agassi.
Yes.
So why?
I'd just say it's different to most biographies, bro. Like it was real. I think the cover or the title's open, and it was really, really open. It wasn't like most sports ones that are, they talk about their highs in their games, and they give you like small glimpses into what they experience and what they think. But this was like, if I had to write an autobiography, I'd want it to be in this way. It was real. I felt like you sitting next to him and he's talking to you about his anxiety, the things like real things, his drug abuse, addiction, alcohol addiction, his relationship he had with his father, and not with what he didn't have with his mother, and how he grew to hate tennis, but ultimately it's the path he chose. And it was a real autobiography. Like there was highs in there, and you can feel it with him, and then you feel the lows. Like for a book to do that, I really enjoyed.
Yes.
Some of the other autobiographies are quite like superficial, and you just see the
Yeah.
You know, we won this, then we won that. I got married. I have a
It's
kid.
like Wikipedia
love-
tells me that as well.
Like, I don't enjoy that. So I
Yeah,
thought
okay.
this was amazing.
I like that. I like that I was actually giving it a read because, as I say, I've read one or two, and as you say, it's like highs.
Yeah.
We like a bit of real. We like a bit of real.
Yeah, well, there's no point in reading stuff like you said that we can just find if we Google.
Yeah.
The reason we're reading it is because we want to know you.
Exactly. Want to get
So-
under that
Yeah. So
surface.
I'm sure it's not easy. I mean, I haven't done autobiography to open yourself up.
No,
but-
but I can imagine that stuff.
Yeah.
Sharing like the most vulnerable stuff.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, his one was proper vulnerable. It was like,
Yeah, I don't know if I'm available just yet for that.
no, me neither. I'm not giving away anything.
No, nothing. No, definitely not. Definitely not. Thanks for that, bro. I appreciate it. I like both of them actually. Really cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask. I always just one or two noise questions.
All right.
So who's the fastest bowler you've ever faced?
I'd say Zorzi.
Alzari.
Zorzi and I'd say Zorzi and KG.
The ground you want to play at most that you haven't yet
Haven't yet.
internationally.
I'd actually choose. I wanted to say Lords, but
It's easy answer.
yeah, I think actually I'd love to play either SCG or
That's what I was gonna say.
in India at the Chinnaswamy.
Isn't it like 100,000 seater?
Yeah, I'm just saying like that's as cricketers you don't like footballers become accustomed to that like 60,000 as cricketers I don't think you experience that, so I would love to be standing in the Chinnaswamy or whatever and you just see the stadium go all the way around you and it's like,
And imagine you're on fire that day.
dude, and you're like
Yo.
smashing it and every time you hit the ball it was like, can you imagine that? And then
Your
you
IG
playing
followers
against
go up
India,
as well.
100%. And then
Gravy.
everyone says like when Virat comes out the stadium just goes boss, so I'd love to
Experience that.
like be standing at mid-on and then Virat walks past me and you're like,
Are you giving him a little?
no, I don't want to speak about it now. You can only speak about it in the heat of the moment because now I give it the big licks here and I say, I'm abusing him, I'm on him. Then we get in the game and I'm chup still. Then
Wait, hello sir, welcome.
do you know what I mean? So let me
Clap in the batting,
I
guys.
start talking with the bowlers. Nah, let me rather, we'll see the heat of the moment.
Yeah, no, I mean, easy thing for me to say is I'll give him something.
Yeah, because you're probably not going to have to.
I'll probably never get there.
Yeah, sorry.
Hey, dude. I'll play Thursday.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm not. I mean,
You're not too far.
I'm not that
Stepping
far
stone.
away. Come on, we're not that far away. Best innings you've ever seen. We've gone this Oak's not getting out.
Best things I've ever seen. Okay, I'd say there was like a partnership with Henry Davis and Jonathan Van Dier. I was batting 3 that day against Province, and I was still the Titans, and I don't know what the partnership was, like 280. That was different batting, bro. Like Jono and Henry that day were just different gravy. They were just hitting Oaks into the railway stand, and it was unbelievable. I'd say my ODI debut against the West Indies, Shea made 100.
Yes.
And that was, I went to, who was I sitting next to? I think it was Stubbs. I said to Stubbs, I was like, bro, that's different gravy. There was not one chance. There was, like, his bat just sounded different. Like, he was hitting the ball. When I say hitting the ball where he wants, I mean, like, literally, like, hitting the ball in gaps and running twos and, like, no chances, no nothing. Just like, okay, block 6, okay, 2, like, different. I was standing there and I was thinking, jeez, this is... And also, he's like a sick guy. Like, everything looks clean and cool. He's like Reza. Everything fits perfectly. So I'm like, yo, this is different gravy.
Who is that guy in the protest though?
Reza.
Reza.
Yeah, Reza, everything.
Is that tailored? He's tailored everything,
so,
or does it just work?
I don't know. I couldn't ask you.
Just work.
It can't just work because everything fits perfectly, bro. Like, even his travel pants. Like, everyone's travel pants gather a little bit here.
Yeah,
Not Reza's, bro. They fit.
perfectly.
Like, if there's a batting model, like, you want someone to bat, like, put all the gears on it, looks proper, I'd say Reza.
Always got a decent fade.
Always decent fade, beard's always like, Reza's on it.
Have you got a fade in you, or is it that
No, I've got a fade, but I don't even know what it looks like now. I did it for the awards. Decent.
the awards? It's chatting about that. It's nice. I like it. It's like I've gone Barber low skin fade. He hasn't gone above the ear, so you can't even see it. But anyway,
It was she?
this side, bro, check it.
Oh, is that cut?
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
a couple. Come on. How was the awards? Come on.
The awards were cool, man. Obviously,
Did you win anything?
no.
There's a boy gutted,
Gutted.
hitting the table. This is ridiculous.
I don't know if you watch Friends. There's that episode with Joey where he gets nominated and he practices his clap for other people in case he doesn't win. So I'd already practiced in case I don't win the nod and the
No,
So,
didn't want it anyway.
didn't want it anyway. It
No.
doesn't define me. You know that speech.
Yes. Oh,
Your mom gives you that one as well.
yes. Everyone has different talent.
Yeah, just being nominated is an achievement in itself.
Not last night.
That annoys me.
Yeah, so come on.
But it was cool. I had fun. It was the first time I did like a live broadcast. Well, not the first time. Like they hadn't done it in a while. They said, I don't know. So it was cool, man. Cool.
Okay. Nice. Where was it?
Madrid at that Vodacom or Vodafone World thing, like massive venue. It was nice.
That is cool. I like that. It's playing Emoji Game. I don't know if you saw this, but
Emoji Game.
yeah,
Okay.
I've got a I did it last time, which is cool. But the thing is, I make them up, so it's
Okay.
iffy.
Okay.
I haven't explained it again. Let me explain it before I
Go jump into it.
Yeah. So there's 4 of them, each emoji, and there's 1 or 2 letters involved. So it's not really an emoji.
It's just like a memory game or something.
No. We so each emoji is going to tell a name of a sportsman.
Okay.
So, and I really struggled with cricketers.
Okay.
There's 1 or 2, and I'll tell you when the rugby player comes in. But have a look at this.
Okay.
So this is a rugby player, and he's actually retired.
Sure. For Jacques Fury.
There we go.
Okay. Goat and chick.
Goat.
Oh, what is it? Is that a bull?
Yes, but another name for a bull.
Cow.
Do you want to hold it there?
Cow and chick.
Another name for a bull.
Oh, ox and chair.
There we go. Ox and chair. And then the next 2 are cricketers. I think, actually.
Kima. Oh, Kima Roach.
Yeah.
And horse.
Okay, but so the horses, what sound does a horse make?
Like. Nathan Lion.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. Eh?
Not bad, eh? No.
No.
I like that.
That's actually quite good, that, eh?
Yo, I mean, the last time... Wait, maybe I can reuse.
Definitely.
Yeah, okay, no, let's get into... These are funny, bro.
But I won't know the rugby players properly. I won't lie to you. I mean,
No, but it's fine.
I'll probably mess up the rugby guys.
But it's fine.
I'll try my best.
It's a luck. I'll just move it.
You should monetize this game. Now, people would play it with emojis and... Okay, here we go. Ear, ambulance,
So
chicken,
think about what... Not an ambulance.
truck, and
And what do they call this?
rooster.
Yes. So then, yeah? Rugby player.
Evan Ruiz.
Yeah.
Okay.
Evan Ruiz.
Okay. What is it?
This will be tough. Yeah, flowers, but...
Flower.
Real Afrikaans.
Oh, no, I know that. Afrikaans. I almost failed Afrikaans.
No ways, really.
No, I passed, man, with like flying colours. 57.
Oh, that's more than I was. Let's go this one. This one's tough. Let's go that one.
What? Boat and parrot.
Yeah.
Do I have to know them in Afrikaans though?
No. This is. Boats and parrots. You got this. Boats and parrots. New Zealand.
Right. Oh, boat and parrot.
Here we go.
But that's tough, bro. Boat and parrot. Yeah, boat and parrot. Okay, fair enough.
No, that one's.
I won't.
Yeah, you might actually.
France, smell.
Yeah. There we go.
That was good, eh?
Yeah, so K is
That's
good.
only because I knew one France. I was thinking, I can't be France for staying. So I was like, France. Okay, cool.
But the thing is, so the last time K is on French. I'm gonna never mind that.
France,
Don't worry
France.
about it. Yeah.
I
What do eyes do?
look, see,
Mm-hmm.
see,
Yeah.
is it see a knisi?
See a police. Police.
Police, okay.
Bad, eh?
Dude, you should monetize the game.
I
Like,
mean,
make it like a 30 seconds. It would be gone.
30 seconds.
Yeah.
Instagram filter.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, that was the best yet. I mean, you're coming off a low base and from
Yes.
Cade, but
Yes.
you've done nicely.
I've done it right there, yeah.
No, that was impressive.
Thank you.
The Kimo Roach, you like that one?
Yeah, that was good. That was and the Nathan Lyon, that was good. I like that one.
Jade, you're gonna clip that. No, nice, bro. Yeah, thank you so much for coming. I really
worries.
appreciate it. It's been a lot of fun. And yeah, it's been cool to connect.
Yeah.
And geez, outside, beautiful day for it. So thank you so much. I really appreciate
No,
it.
no
And
worries,
I look forward to seeing you flipping tear it up, having more special moments.
Thank you. Yeah.
And bro, keep going, and hopefully we'll catch up again soon.
Yes, I'd be keen. Thanks, bro. I'm becoming a bit of a podcast whore at the moment, but I'll be glad to come.
Brilliant.
Yeah, be glad to come back on. Thanks, bro. Thanks for having me.
Awesome.
Cheers.
Lovely.